Hello, nerds, and welcome back to Lily's Ranger Talk. It is Lily with Lily's Ranger World, and I missed you guys so much. I'm so sorry I have been inactive on literally everything. This last semester has been completely bonkers. I was struggling a lot with my mental health, and I was just super, super busy. And that really affected me being on, like, my Instagram, and even, like, Super Sentai in general. Like, I didn't watch Boom Boom Jur for a while. Although that also wasn't entirely because of that. It was also because the site that I use, Toku Fun, was very backed up on episodes. Like, they didn't upload for like a month after Halloween. I do not know why. Um, but I am working on catching up. I'm very close. I think I'm 3 episodes in, and then I'm caught up. But yeah, um, I do miss this, and I miss you guys, and I'm so excited to be back. Life update. I did graduate from college. Woohoo! I also got a new mic, so please let me know if the audio is okay. There's nothing wrong with the old mic. I just feel a little bit more in control with this mic. Um, but yeah. So I had 2 episodes that I recorded, pre-recorded, and I decided to scrap them because I don't know. I just didn't really like them. But I thought we would talk about the 49th season of Super Sentai. But before we do that, it's time for the second annual Lily Awards of 2024. So, for those of you who don't know, I started doing this last year, where I look at everything that I have watched in the past year, and I evaluate what was the best and what was the worst. If there is a worst, which there wasn't a worst. The only worst thing that I had last year was worst Sentai movie, and that was what was it? It was the Dome Brothers versus Zenkaiger movie. If you want to know why I do not like that movie, you can look on my Instagram, Lily's underscore Ranger World, under Super Sentai reviews. I don't know if it's in the first one or the second one. There's 2 of them. I think it's in the first one. Um, Actually, no, it might be in the second one because um, I did it back in August of 2023. But yeah, if you want to know why I don't like it, in more detail, but to put it shortly, it felt like 2 episodes, like an episode of Zenkaiger and an episode of Dome Brothers, and it didn't feel like a versus movie, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'm gonna do this very quickly because I did not watch a lot of Super Sentai this year, and I don't think I watched any Power Rangers this year, or at least not like a new season of anything. So, as a rule of thumb, it is typically a Super Sentai season or Power Ranger season, but it doesn't apply here, that I have watched in full in 2024. So, honestly, the only ones that are in contention this year is Boom Monger and, which was the one that I watched this year? Jetman. I'm losing it. And yes, I know I technically didn't fully watch Boom Boonger, but you know, it's hard because like I don't want to categorize it for like next year when we're only getting like a couple episodes in 2025. You know what I mean? So yeah. Also, there will be spoilers ahead, so beware of that. So we only have 6 categories, so I'm gonna just go from the bottom to the top. There usually is a best Sentai movie category, or at least there was last year, but I didn't watch any of the versus movies this year because the aforementioned Senkaiger versus Dome Brothers movie from last year scared me into what, and I just can't. I will watch it eventually, the King Oger versus Dome Brother one, because I do want to know what happens. But, anyways, so the best Red Ranger category, the nominees are Taya from Boom Boonger and Ryu from Jetman. And the winner is Taya. I think I've talked about it on this page before, but personally, I don't think Ryu is the best Red Ranger in terms of like character and like leading the team wise. Um, I definitely think he's probably the better fighter than Taya, but I think Taya is a better leader. The next category is Best Blue Ranger, and the nominees are Ishiro and Akko. And this was hard only because, I feel like, again, Blue Rangers don't really get a lot of time to shine. And while Ishiro definitely had more time to shine, I am going with Akko because personality wise, I like Akko more and I like her focus episodes more, even though there's not really many of them. But I don't know. I really liked Akko. I thought she was great. The next category, and I believe this is the last category with the same colors in each team, is Best Black Ranger. And the nominees are Guy and Joe. And I'm sorry, Joe. You know how much I love you. But I have to give it to Guy, or else the mob is going to come to my house. And even if there wasn't all this popularity with Guy, I just cannot deny that Guy was a great character in Jetman and definitely the highlight of the whole show. Um, Again, major spoiler. I am kind of mad that he died, but he died a hero. And I'm not even upset that he died, but I'm upset that he didn't die during battle. He was just being an everyday hero, which, I mean, I guess that's also fine, but I just have, like, mixed feelings about that. Also, I didn't cry over it because he died 3 times in the series. So, there's that. But, again, the death aside, Guy was a great character. My mic almost fell. The next category is Best Male Ranger. So, all the males from Boom Ranger and all the males from Jetman are here. We have Joe, Gamba, Taya, Ishiro, Sakito. I still don't know how to pronounce his name. It probably is Sekto. Ryu, Guy, and Raita. This was a very difficult decision, but I had to go with my gut, and my gut said Gamba. I don't know what it is about Gamba, but like it was definitely between him and Joe. But I think his story arc with that he's not from this planet and he even separated from the Boom Rangers for a while, that just made for a really good episode for me and a good character arc. And I don't know, I really find Gamba just adorable. And yeah, Gamba, go Gamba. The next category is Best Female Ranger, so all the female rangers from Jetman and Boom Ranger, aka it's just Kari. I always feel like I'm saying her name wrong. Kari, Mira, and Akko. I'll figure her name out eventually. It doesn't matter because she didn't win. Um, the winner is actually Mira. I have nothing against the other two. Akko already won Best Blue. Um, and I again with Mira, I just really like her character. I like her optimism and just her can do attitude, if you know what I mean. And she's such a hard worker, and like I just think she's great. But yeah, go Mira. I lied. I said there were 6. There were 7. Best monster design, and the nominees are Jetman and Boom Ranger, and this was a very difficult decision because I think the monster designs in Boom Ranger are also great, but I'm gonna have to go with Jetman. For starters, any monster design is better than Key and Major. But also, I think the reason I'm going with Jetman is because Jetman was the first time that the Vyram monsters they genuinely frightened me. Like, they can look very scary. Um, and that's saying a lot. Like, I don't think, like, any monsters in either Power Rangers or Super Sentai are really scary, but, like, the Jetman monsters, they're kind of scary. And the last category is Best Super Sentai Series. The nominees are Boom Boomjer and Jetman. And look, I feel like this is a little unfair, but I did this last year too. But I'm giving it to Boom Boomjer. I have nothing against Jetman. I think it's a good show, but I really think the ending of the show killed it for me. Um, and also like Ryu's progression. I don't know. I like Jetman, but I couldn't vibe with it. I At the beginning I thought, oh, this show might go into my top three. But it's not in my top three, and I don't think it ever will be. And in all fairness, I don't think Boom Moocher is gonna go in my top five either, or my top three. Um, but I don't know. There are some elements of Boom Moocher that I really liked. Um, Especially Team Rocket. I really like Team Rocket. I'm gonna turn down my mic a little bit. But yeah, that's the Lily Awards. This will also be posted on my Instagram, and it honestly might be posted even before this episode is uploaded. I do not know when this episode will be uploaded. Depends on when I make the thumbnail. But anyways, let's move on to what are we doing today? Oh yeah, the 49th Super Sentai season. Again, I say I'm losing up people. So, the 49th season of Super Sentai will actually, it has a different name now. It was Anamaru Sentai Rinkaiser, but now it is number 1 Sentai Gozuger? I hope I'm saying that right. And this will be the 50th anniversary season, which I am so glad that we're celebrating the 50th anniversary when we're supposed to be. I think that even means, I'm not sure if this is confirmed yet. My mic is falling. But does that mean we're getting the 50th, Super Sentai Hero Gather? I feel like I'm saying that wrong. Or I'm doing the name wrong. But you guys know what I mean, right? The Gokaiger stuff. I don't know what that's gonna entail, in all honesty, because, I know guys, actors in jail right now, and I even think they are, they did they're doing another, memorial, morpher. I know it's called something else, and I can't think of the name off the top of my head right now. Moberite? I'm losing it. Anyways, but I think they're only, showcasing the 5 Gokaigers. And yeah, that does feel a little weird. I get why they're doing it, but, it feels weird because when you think of the Gokaigers, I think of all 6 of them. But, I mean, I guess the core 5 is also good, too. But yeah, I'm glad that we're celebrating the 50th anniversary when it's actually the 50th anniversary and not a year later. So we were all right about the Sentai Black member will be played by a woman. I'm very excited about that. I think that's a very, very cool. I also believe that the Blue Ranger in this is also a female, so it actually is a 2 female Sentai team, which I am really, really happy about. That was one of my original complaints when I was looking at the initial teaser of this show, was that I was worried that we were only going to have one female. We're actually getting an earlier premiere date. It is going to be February 16th, and when I was looking at the Ranger wiki for this, and by the way, I am on AnimeNewsNetwork.com, and this is where I'm getting my information from. But when I was on the Ranger Wiki earlier looking at this, it's the first time since Lupat that we've had a February premiere, which obviously just doesn't really apply to me because I only started watching Sentai in real time 3 years ago when Dome Brothers came out. Um, and when was when did Dome Brothers premiere? Was that also in March? I actually thought it was earlier. I could be going crazy now. Anyways, um, so it says on the Anime News Network that the series will see the heroes face off against the no one monsters. I don't know if it's like number or no from the army of evil. Uh, and let's see. Oh, however, the five heroes also battle amongst themselves to collect all of the Sentai rings. I didn't read this. I told you guys that I thought the gimmick for this show would be rings, and I am right. Go me. And I think other people might said it. I haven't seen anyone say that the gimmick will be rings. I know I said it, so I'm still right. Uh, Possessing powers of veteran Sentai Red members from throughout the franchise's long history will start to appear in the later episodes to extend to the Sentai versus Sentai motive. Okay. Sorry guys, I've been sick for the last couple of days. So it doesn't sound like this is a Gokaiger thing, which is great because I don't think like do they possess the powers? Like, okay, they might be able to possess the powers, but it's also just the veteran Red Rangers, not the whole team. So I don't know what that really means. It doesn't seem like it's a Gokaiger situation in terms of like they change suits, which I don't think has ever been executed well since Gokaigers themselves. Like I'm thinking specifically Dome Brothers because they did it in Dome Brothers too, but I feel like they did it and then they stopped doing it. And like the Red Ranger kept doing it a couple of times, but like they haven't done it as a whole team. I don't know. In my opinion, I didn't think that gimmick worked well. It worked well in Zenkaiger, but that was just the weapons. Anyways, the heroes in this entry are the sharp-tongued but strong and good-hearted Red Gozu Wolf. That's another thing that I got right. I said in my previous episode that the Red Ranger is probably going to be a wolf. Well, I said I wanted it to be a wolf. But I made a guess and said it was probably going to be a wolf. And I was right. Again, go me. The easy to please blue Gozu Lion. That's interesting. I don't think there has been a Blue Ranger that's been alive lion? I can't speak. A lion before. Um, Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think, at least in the official Super Sentai universe, um, the powerful but naive yellow Gozu Tyrannosaurus. That's interesting. That we have a wolf, we have a lion, and then we have a dinosaur, which, I mean, that's not the craziest thing. And I bet you that's also because since it is the 50th Sentai season, you're going back to like previous themes. And they're choosing a dinosaur because of the excessive amount of dinosaur Super Sentais that we have. Um, Anyways, the fun-loving green Gozu eagle. Another thing that I got right was that pose where it looked like, the Green Ranger was flying, or like was spreading its wings. I was correct. That was a bird of some sort. I didn't necessarily specifically say eagle, but I should have. because it wouldn't be the first time they did an eagle. Um, and then last but not least, and this one shocks me even more. The stoic but family-minded Black Gozu unicorn. I know it's not the first time we've had a unicorn-themed ranger, but I think it's the first time in 30 years, because I'm pretty sure the last one was, whatchamacallit? Dai Ranger? Someone can correct me on that. Speaking of, suits, let's look at the suit designs. You guys are already seeing the suit designs, because I put them on the, whatchamacallit? The thumbnail. I'm losing it, guys. But I'm looking at them right now. I haven't really looked at them too much in depth. I saw them in passing, and wow, I really like these suits. They remind me of Dai Ranger, which is really great, and also Magi Ranger too. I'm losing my voice, but sorry about that, guys. I'm really excited. Like I said, it looks great. Also, um, yeah, that's really all I got to say about that. About Gozuger. But I just saw when I was looking through my Instagram, one of my friends said that Boom Boomers is actually going to end on February 9th. So it's going to only have 48 episodes, which, I mean, that's a little weird. But maybe Boom Boomers wasn't doing as well as people thought, and that's why they're ending it at 48. I don't know. But with that being said, my voice is going, so I'm gonna get going. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys liked what you saw, please subscribe. I'm gonna get back on to doing hopefully a weekly schedule, but it probably will be bi-weekly for the foreseeable future, or at least for the next couple weeks, because I have a very busy January. That being said, if you guys want to see more of my beautiful, well, not my face, definitely not my voice maybe, but if you want to see more of me, follow me on my Instagram, which is at Lily's underscore Ranger World. I love you guys so much, and I will catch you guys on the flippity flop.